Hi, and welcome to my first video of 2026, which is going to be an Empties video. My tradition has been to do an Empties video for my first video of the new year, which just kind of helps me clear out all of my recycling and just start anew. So this bag is empty right now because, first of all, it was so heavy. It was just so full that I barely was able to lift it up. So I just went ahead and cleared out all of the products that were in the bag. So I've got them all out here before me. I've got them grouped into categories, which I've been doing lately in my Empties video because it just helps me run through the video a little bit more smoothly and a little bit more quickly so the video's not super long. Now there's a couple of things I do want to mention before I dive into the Empties here. If there is a product that I'm not mentioning in one of my Empties videos that you're curious about, definitely do ask me about it because I do receive a lot of products in PR. Obviously, I purchase a lot of products on my own. So if you don't hear me talk about a particular product in an Empties video or in a subsequent video and you're curious about my thoughts regarding that product, definitely ask me because I do give a lot of products to family members, to friends, and it might mean several different things if I ended up giving it away. And it doesn't necessarily mean that I didn't like it. So if you are curious about a product that I have mentioned in the past and it's not showing up in an Empties video, definitely ask me about it if you are curious about it. And then the other thing that I wanted to mention is that I am a very small channel and I've also been doing this for many years. And I've often wondered why my channel isn't growing as much as I would think that it should be growing for the fact that I've been doing this for so many years. And I try not to worry about it too much because I know that I have a pretty committed following and I really appreciate this small, tight-knit community that we have developed over the years. So like I said, I try not to worry about it too much and I love making these videos, but I still would love to grow my channel and just reach out to more people across YouTube. So what I would like to ask of you who do tend to watch my videos a lot is if you are not subscribed, I would love it if you would subscribe. Not only would that mean a lot to me personally, but if you do subscribe, that definitely helps me reach more people. And also liking my videos, commenting down below, any kind of engagement does help me out a lot. And then also if you have any ideas, any requests for videos, anything that you would like to see me produce in terms of a video, I would so appreciate that because obviously I want to give you all what you are interested in terms of me making videos. So even though it does feel a little bit vulnerable for me to be putting that out there to all of you, I do want to grow my channel in 2026. So anything you're willing to do would be greatly appreciated in terms of subscribing, liking my videos, and also commenting down below, like I said, is greatly appreciated. But let's go ahead and dive into all these products because I do have a lot of things to talk to you about. So let's go ahead and dive right in. And the first two Empties I'm going to talk about are a little bit on the random side. These are dryer sheets. One of them is from Grove Co. and the other one is from 7th Generation. And the reason why I'm talking about these is because I mentioned these in a previous video when I was sent products from the Grove. And I actually ended up really loving these and I ended up purchasing them again from Grove Co. So I just wanted to tell you guys that I ended up really loving these dryer sheets. And if you're curious about all the products that I got from the Grove, I will link that video up above. I ended up really loving pretty much everything that they sent me. But anyway, really love these dryer sheets. So I think that is going to be something that I just continue to purchase because they really are amazing. Now I'm going to move into body washes. And I'm going to put the Prequel Cleanser into the body wash category because even though you can use this on your face and your body, I do tend to use this on my body more than I use it on my face, but I actually really love using this on my face as well. I love using this as a body wash, especially when I'm not in the mood for anything scented. This is unscented. I love using this as a medium for shaving. So this is perfect for shaving your legs, also your underarms. My underarms can be a little on the sensitive side when I shave, so I really want to use something that's on the thick, kind of creamy side. So this does a really good job because it is kind of thick and creamy as well as being very beautiful in terms of its lather. And then also because this is unscented, this is really great for washing other body parts that might also get a little sensitive. So for those of you who don't want to be using things that have a lot of essential oils around certain body parts, this is really excellent as well. So I love using this as a body wash. I also use this on my face. So that is why I tend to go through this pretty quickly. I don't even know at this point if this is the second or third one that I have gone through. I also have another one going in my shower right now. So this has definitely become a staple of mine. Another body wash that I spoke about in my favorites from 2025 is the Salt and Stone Saffron and Cedar body wash. I love the Salt and Stone body washes. This one in particular has become a favorite of mine. The scent of the saffron and cedar is absolutely gorgeous. It's not super woody though in terms of the cedar in here. It is a little bit more sweet and aromatic, absolutely gorgeous. I love it so much. I can smell it from the bottle right now. It's just beautiful. I'm totally addicted to the scent. And then also, I really fell in love with the Wonder Valley Hinoki body wash. This is stunning if you love Hinoki. The Hinoki in here is so intense. So if you love Hinoki, I cannot recommend this highly enough. The only caveat I would say about this is that the body wash is rather thick. So it's pretty concentrated. So I think the best way to use this body wash is actually with either a sponge or a scrunchie. You only really need 1 or 2 pumps of this into a scrunchie, and that will do your whole body for the shower. So if a thicker body wash that smells intensely of Hinoki sounds good to you, this is definitely something you will want to check out. And then staying on the theme of Wonder Valley, I had a little sample of their Sandalwood Yuzu shampoo. Completely forgot that I had this. And I think I mentioned in a previous video, I can't remember which one it was, I was saying that I was super interested in this product, and then I found this sample in my stash. And I used this the other day and it is so gorgeous. In fact, actually, the last time I washed my hair, I did shampoo it with this product, and I really love how my hair has been looking since I washed my hair with the shampoo. So even though I've only used the shampoo one time, I actually do really recommend it. It does smell absolutely gorgeous of yuzu and sandalwood. So since I was just speaking about shampoo, I'm gonna go ahead and stay in the hair care category. Let's go ahead and talk about the shampoo from Ceremonia. I really like this shampoo a lot. I also have the conditioner. So let's go ahead and talk about the Ceremonia shampoo and conditioner together. I believe I was sent these by the brand, and while I actually really love these, I have no real complaints regarding the shampoo and conditioner. I would say that I'm enjoying the shampoo and conditioner from Rose a little bit more, and I'm also enjoying the shampoo and conditioner from Rawa, the aloe shampoo and conditioner from Rawa that I have. And I feel like both of those shampoos and conditioners give my hair just a little bit more conditioning than the Ceremonia. So while these are really beautiful and they both have that really lovely scent of guava, I feel like I need just a little bit more nourishment from my shampoo and conditioner. But if you lean a little bit more normal to oily, then the shampoo and conditioner from Ceremonia probably would be better suited to you. Although I will say the Ceremonia hair mask, the Guava de Mascarilla, I think is how you say it, their hair mask is really great. So I do really love their hair mask. I do have another one of these going in my shower. So in terms of a hair mask, this is really amazing for my specific hair type. And I've said this many times, but I do have fairly thick hair. It is on the wavy side and it does lean frizzy. So I can get frizzies along my hairline pretty easily. And I feel like this hair mask does a great job. So really do love it, and I have repurchased it many times. I also really love the Josh Rosebrook Serum Spray Style. This is a product that I love. I believe this is the second or third bottle of this that I have gone through. It's definitely a staple of mine. Absolutely love it. And then also, speaking of staples, this is another empty of the Ranavat Fortifying Hair Serum. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous hair oil. I am addicted to this scent. It has a gorgeous scent of jasmine sambac. So obviously this is an empty. I already have another bottle going. I always have a backup of it because I never want to be without it. Now this is a hair mask from Goop. This is the Goop Glow Nutrient Hair Mask. This was sent to me in PR. Now I do not seek out products from Goop. This is not a brand that I purchase, on my own, but when I am sent it in PR, I will go ahead and try it. Now, I personally did not like this hair mask. I didn't think that it did anything amazing for my hair. And I also didn't really like the scent. I think it has some patchouli in here. So I ended up giving it to my husband. He ended up using it. Don't think I ended up getting the final verdict from him. He really didn't say that he loved it or he hated it. If he really likes something, he definitely lets me know because then he wants me to repurchase it for him. Now, on the other hand, the LolaVie sculpting paste is a huge favorite of my husband's. He really likes it. So he has short hair that leans on the coarse side and he loves this stuff. And I actually have been starting to use it on days that I film. So sometimes when I go back to edit my videos, I will notice that I have some wild hairs kind of poking out. Hopefully I don't today because before I sit down to film, I'll put a little bit of the LolaVie paste in my hands. And just to clarify, I use just a very minimal amount, just sort of like a half of a pump, rub it in my hands, and then I'll just kind of pat it along my part here. And I have a pretty strong cowlick. That is why I always have my hair parted on the side. No middle parts for me, even if I wanted to have one, which I have wanted to try a middle part, even going back to my childhood. But anyway, I'm digressing here. So I will put the paste along my part to kind of help tamp down any wild hairs. And then I just kind of run it through my hair a little bit and then just scrunch it up a little bit. This is what I did before I sat down to film. And I have really been enjoying the hair paste. So hopefully the paste has helped tame any wild hairs that I have for this video. I will find out when I go back to edit this video, and I don't know, you guys will see if it's been helping. But anyway, I really do like the LolaVie hair paste and my husband absolutely loves it. Now just real quickly, I'm gonna mention I've gone through 4 David's toothpaste. And I am going to highlight the travel size. I love having these travel size David's toothpaste on hand. Usually what I do is when I place an order with Beauty Heroes is I put a travel size of the David's toothpaste in my cart, so I always have one on hand. And I'm realizing now that I don't have one and I have some travels coming up soon. So I'm going to need to place an order for a travel size. Also, I have gone through another Kosas deodorant. The unscented is my favorite. For those of you who have been with me for several years, you know that this is a staple of mine and I highly, highly recommend it. So staying on the body care theme, I do have an empty of the Soft Services Correa Cream. This has definitely become a favorite of mine over this past year from 2025. They do call it a cream, but it has more of a lotiony texture, but it definitely hydrates and moisturizes like a cream. Now you'll see that there is no pump on here, and that's because when you buy your first bottle, you can buy the pump separately. So each time you get a new bottle, you don't have to throw away the pump. So I think that's a great commitment to sustainability that Soft Services does. I also have another empty from Soft Services. This is their clearing mist. This is a medicated breakout tonic. This is great for ingrown hairs and breakouts on your body. I love using this on the backs of my thighs because I do get ingrown hairs and bumps on the backs of my legs pretty easily after I shave. So this is a huge favorite of mine from this past year. And then finally, I have really fallen in love with this product from Ho Herbal Creations. And this is a product created by a local woman here in Portland. She is a member of the Dene tribe, so she is a native woman. And this is her magnesium body butter. And I have been using this pretty much every single night before I go to bed. So depending upon what part of my body is feeling a little achy, or even if it's not feeling achy, I use it for prevention. So I've been having some shoulder issues, so I'll rub it on my shoulder before I go to bed, or I'll rub it on my calves before I go to bed, or on the bottoms of my feet. And it smells incredible, like peppermint. and lavender. It's just really, really beautiful, very, very relaxing. So I will link her website down below. She has some incredible creations, some beautiful salves, and I believe some candles. And she is just so sweet. I actually met her at a native craft fair here in Portland over the fall. And anyway, I have just really fallen in love with it. I obviously went through this jar, and I now have a jar about twice this size at my bedside because I just fell in love with it so much. Now moving on to skincare, I just want to quickly let you know that I went through another Clean Circle eye gel. These, as you know, are my favorite under eye gel / mask. They do an incredible job of taking down puffiness and just kind of waking you up. I keep them in the fridge so that they're nice and cool when I feel like I need a little extra help with some puffiness under my eyes. I also have an empty of the In Beauty Extreme Cream. This is the refill. So obviously I emptied out the refill cartridge, and I have another one going in my bathroom. I'll put a picture here of what the full size looks like, but obviously I just have the empty of the refill. Absolutely love this eye cream. It is hands down my favorite eye cream that I think I have ever used. Now I have some cleansers to talk to you about. I've got an empty of the Merit Great Skin Cleanser. I'm pretty sure I have this on my favorites from 2025 because I absolutely love this cleanser so much. It is a gorgeous foaming cleanser that is so gentle on your skin. Absolutely love it. And I've got another one going. This is a oil cleanser from Dam Dam Tokyo. This is their Silk Rice Cleansing Oil. Now this, I would say, was disappointing for me. Now I pretty much across the board love everything that I have tried from Dam Dam Tokyo, but this is not one that I would repurchase again. I'm pretty sure I purchased this with my own money. I was not sent this in PR. But it was just a little bit too much on the thin side. I just really did not like the texture. There's other cleansing oils that I really prefer, such as the Live Botanical Nourishing Cleansing Oil and the Mara Cleansing Oil. Those two I'm just so in love with. So I just don't feel the need to repurchase this when I just did not really fall in love with it. Now I've got another empty of the Fortuna Skin Micellar Essence. Now I have spoken about this so many times. I think this is maybe the third one that I have gone through. I've got another one in my bathroom. Love this micellar cleansing essence so much. It is so beautiful. I don't want to talk about it too much because if you guys have been following me for a while, you know how much I love it, and I have spoken about it so many times. Moving on to mists and essences, no big shock that I have gone through the Mara Pearl Peptide Essence. This was definitely in my favorites from 2025. In fact, I think I said that this was maybe my favorite product from 2025, and I still stand by it. It's absolutely gorgeous. I cannot recommend it highly enough. If you have not yet tried this, and you are an essence lover, you must give this a try. I do have a discount code with Mara. It's a one-time code where you get 15% off. So if you want to give them a try, I do have that code with them. I did finish this mist from this Korean brand called Yopoda. It's called the Mist Have. Now, I liked this mist, but I didn't fall in love with it. It is a reasonably priced brand in general. I still have their cleansing balm that I'm using, and I really, really like the cleansing balm. But in terms of the mist, I would say it's just okay. So I liked it, but I didn't absolutely fall in love with it. So, do what you will with that information. Now I have this empty of the Summer Fridays Jet Lag Hydration Mist, and you'll see that this bottle is pretty small. So I think that this would be amazing for travel, especially if you're somebody who uses a mist day and night, and maybe you like to mist throughout the day, and you're possibly going on a trip that's going to be, 2 weeks or so. This would be the perfect size for you. I really, really like this. I tend to really like milky cleansers that you can spray, but I will say, I think I remember that this kind of irritated my eyes a little bit, so I had to be a little bit careful with that. Now, having said that, if I am going to be going on an extended trip, like I said, a trip that's going to be lasting about 14 days, this would be something I would consider picking up for a trip like that. Now, moving on to serums that I have that are empty. This is the Prequel Lucent C. This is gorgeous. I'm not going to talk too much about this. I just want to say that this is a beautiful vitamin C serum. This has L-ascorbic acid in it, so just to be aware of that. This is beautiful. I love it. It is very effective and probably my favorite vitamin C serum that I have going. I also have an empty of the Merit Great Skin. Also, I have talked about this so many times. This is probably the second bottle that I have emptied of this. I have another one going in my bathroom. It's beautiful for hydration. It gives your skin an instant bounce. Love it, and it's definitely become a staple of mine. Now I've got a few empties of some retinoid serums. I've got an empty of the Bloom Effects Black Tulip Serum. This has been a staple of mine for a long time now. I don't even know how many bottles of this I have gone through. I still highly, highly recommend this. It's so beautiful. I also have recently fallen in love with the Glow Recipe Blackberry Retinol Serum. This is so good. I feel like this is great if you have very sensitive skin. If you're new to retinoid products, this is a beautiful one to try. Now, I feel like these two are somewhat comparable, although this one does have bakuchiol in it, I believe, whereas this one does not. Although I will say this one is less expensive. So I feel like these are pretty comparable. So if you are a Bloom Effects fan and you also want some bakuchiol in your serum, give this one a try. If you are looking to save a little bit of money and you don't mind that there's no bakuchiol in your serum, definitely look at the Glow Recipe. If you are somebody who likes to use a retinol oil, then I think you should definitely check out the Mara Retinol Oil. This is so beautiful. I will say though that I have repurchased this, but I got the smaller size. I got not the mini size, but I think it's the 30 ml size, whereas I think this is the 50 ml. And towards the end, the oil started to go off a little bit, and it's just because I didn't use it up quick enough. So it wasn't the product's fault or the manufacturer's fault, it was more user fault. And that's because I have several other retinoid products. So that's the first issue. And also I don't use a retinoid product every single night. I alternate it with using a AHA product, typically something with lactic acid, and then I'll use a retinoid, and then I do 2 nights off, and then I start the cycle again. So for me, I realized that I should get a smaller bottle of this. So I actually really love that there's varying sizes of the Mara retinol oil. So if you're somebody like me who doesn't use a retinol oil super frequently, I highly recommend getting the smaller size of this, and it is beautiful, it is gorgeous, I absolutely love it and highly recommend. And then finally, to wrap up the retinoid situation, I have an empty of the Dr. Diamond's Medicine Emulsion. This is really nice. I enjoyed using it, but it does have dimethicone in it, so I only used it on my neck and my chest. And while it does a really lovely job, I can't say that it is worth the price. This is incredibly expensive, and I didn't notice any huge difference between this and any of the other retinoid products that I have. So if you want to buy a luxury product and you feel drawn to it, I say go for it. But like I said, I don't really think it does that much better of a job than any of the other retinoid products that I use. I'm going to try to get through the moisturizers real quick that I have here. I've got an empty of the Merit Great Skin Moisturizer. Love this stuff. I have been reaching for this almost every single day as my favorite day moisturizer. Now I also have an empty of the Alpen Beauty Melt Moisturizer. I would say that I go back and forth between these two in terms of my day moisturizer that is like a daily staple. Sometimes I go through phases where I'm reaching more for the Alpen Beauty. Right now I'm in a phase where I just cannot get enough of the Merit Great Skin Moisturizer. So right now I would say probably over the past month or two, this is what I have been reaching for on a daily basis. Absolutely love this stuff. Obviously, I've got another one going right now in my bathroom, so really, really love the Merit Great Skin Moisturizer. And then Also got this empty of the Alpenbeauty Melt Moisturizer, and I still really love this one too. It is a really great day cream. And honestly, I think I've been reaching for this one more because I really love the convenience of this pump. Now, this next product I really do love, but unfortunately the packaging is not the best. This brand is called Symbiome, and this is called the One Restorative Cream. Now, this cream is beautiful. I really, really love the cream, but unfortunately, the packaging is not great. So hopefully you can see here that there is a good amount of product left in the bottle. I'm going to guess that there's at least a quarter, if not a third, left in this bottle. But no matter how much I pump, product is not coming out. So what I've been having to do is try to get the product out, and you'll see that it just does not want to come out, and I'm barely getting any product out onto my hand. So I've been having to like fish it out either with this part of the pump or using a Q-tip to fish out the remaining cream. And it is just way too fussy for such an expensive cream. I think this is $110 or $120. I'm not too sure. This was sent to me in PR. So for such an expensive cream, this should not be that difficult to get to the remaining product. And like I said, there's a lot of product left in here. Now, I was reading the reviews on the website, and apparently they did change the packaging. This used to come in a jar, and people are pretty upset that they changed it into this pump bottle, just for the reason I was talking about, that the product is really hard to get out. So even though I really do like the cream, I cannot recommend this product because it is way too difficult to get out. And then another product that I just can't get behind is the Bloom Effects Royal Tulip Nectar. I don't even know how to describe this product. It kind of has this jelly-like texture, and I could not figure out how to incorporate this into my skincare routine. I'm not sure where I got this. I don't know if this was in a Boxwalla box or if Bloom Effects sent this to me. I know this was sent to me in PR, but I can't remember who sent it to me. But anyway, I just could not figure out how to use this. I don't really like the texture. And then the other thing that would happen is no matter how tightly I sealed the cap, product somehow ended up seeping from the top. Like it just was very oily and greasy. And I just never reached for it. It was just way too fussy, just seemed too high maintenance. So this is a very, very rare negative review from me for Bloom Effects, because in general, I love Bloom Effects. I pretty much love everything that I have from them, but I just can't get behind Royal Tulip Nectar. But if you love it, if you love this product, please do let me know down below how you use it, why you love it, because I would definitely love to hear from you. Now, I do have two empties of a product that I absolutely adore, and this is the Josh Rosebrook Nutrient Day Cream Tinted. This is a product that I have been using for years. I absolutely love it, and I highly recommend it, especially for those of you who like a sunscreen that is tinted, that has a little bit of luminescence to it, but that's not overly glowy. For me, it just hits that sweet spot, and I truly, truly love it. And then another tinted sunscreen that I really enjoy is the Frey Glow Me. This is the SPF 50. And I do have a code with Frey. I believe it's 45% off. So I feel like that is a great discount if you want to give Frey a try. I have gone through a couple of bottles of these. I've got another one going. And I forgot to mention that I do have a code with Josh Rosebrook as well. I believe that is 10% off. And then finally, I do have some makeup empties. I do have an empty of the Kosas Concealer. Now, I have had this for many, many years, so it's probably only about half empty, but it is starting to turn, and I just need to say goodbye to it. I have other concealers that I reach for a lot more, including the Tower 28 concealer. I am loving the Victoria Beckham concealer. I also love using the YSL Touche Éclat. And I also recently received the Make Beauty concealer, which I am really enjoying as well. I will probably review that in a future video, but I do have other concealers that I am actually liking more. So it's time to say goodbye to the Kosas concealer. I do have 2 empties of my beloved IT Cosmetics Tightline Mascara. As many of you probably know, this is a staple of mine, so this is a mascara that I do go through quite a bit. And then I have 2 empties of the Tower 28 mascara. I do have one in black that is empty, and then I do have one in brown that is empty. And I really love this mascara a lot, especially the one in brown. And then I also have this empty of the Versed mascara. This was sent to me in PR and I liked it, but I did not fall in love with it. I did not find myself reaching for this very often. And I don't know exactly how long I have had this mascara, but it's definitely coming around to that 6-month period. So definitely time for me to just get rid of it. So that is everything in terms of my empties, probably over the last 4 months or so. I don't know exactly how long it's been since I did my last empties video, but it was definitely time to take out the recycling, start the new year off on the right foot. And I so appreciate you all watching this video. Thank you so much for making it to the end with me. And as I stated at the beginning of the video, I would really, really love it if you would like this video. Definitely do subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will see you in the next one. And if you do have any video requests for me, please do leave that down below in the comments, and I look forward to seeing you in that next video. Bye.